So my dudes, Valkyrja. Today I'm going to give you guys a strategy guide on how to beat Kafka. On how to beat her because I see a lot of people struggling and they don't understand her mechanics. So we're going to be going over each phase and each mechanic and talking about exactly what she does so you can very easily beat her. Ignore the lag. I'm doing some other stuff, so it might be a little bit choppy, but I'm going to get the information across because if you guys are running the abundance where you're running the... let me make sure it's on. Okay, it's not on auto. I had to make sure auto wasn't on right away. But if you're running the abundance, you're running all the buffs that you should be running. Just like I said in all my other past videos, right? Just like I said in all my other videos, if you're running abundance and you're running everything, this should be fairly easy for you. You can see here she has a stacking mechanic. It's something very important to keep in mind. So this is her stack that she gets whenever she actually has a shock. So if you guys don't know what she does, she applies shock with a high chance to shock the target. If she hits a shock target, she inflicts shock on adjacent units. If you do not cleanse it, then she ends up getting this buff. Every time a target triggers the shock state, damage dealt by Kafka slightly increases. Now, this shock state buff is actually this right here, damage boost. So, what this does is it's going to make her damage go through the roof, right? And the easy way you keep in track with this, you see this little shock buff right here? If you go ahead and you're actually using the abundance buff like I say, you just pop this and you'll cleanse it. And this is exactly how you're going to beat the entire boss. You put it to auto and you let the bot do the thing because it's going to do the rest all on its own. That is how you beat this boss. It's literally it. It's going to take you a while. I do it faster because I have Clara. But as long as you do not let her generate these stacks off of hitting you while you're shocked, you are good to go. You are perfectly fine. You just have to make sure she doesn't do it. Now, whenever she gets into stage 2 or phase 2 and phase 3, she's going to generate another set of debuffs that you have to worry about, where she's going to mark your units for hypnosis, and you have to cleanse it before it actually goes off. Because if you don't, she's going to be able to take your units, which is very, very bad, obviously. You don't want that to happen. You can see here she's still only at 1 stack because the way the abundance works with the Anita, I think it is, Anata, with the Anata and the other A word that I'm not saying because I'll get in trouble. Basically, the way the buffs work and the way, because you're stacking it, it's constantly debuffing it, it's constantly removing the shock. Like here, she should gain a stack right here, right? Because she hit the shock value right there on top of Clara, so she was able to get a second stack. But it's very easy to actually manage these stacks, even on auto, simply because you're going to constantly cleanse it, and it's not really a big deal. So here, we're getting ready to go into phase 2. In phase 2, you don't have to worry about the hypnosis. Hypnosis is actually going to be a pretty big thing here, because if you don't cleanse it in time, it could end up pretty poorly. So you're actually going to want to pay somewhat attention to it, but like I said, it's not that big of a deal. Here she should generate a bunch of stacks. I guess not. I guess we didn't get inflicted by shock, which is based. Oh yeah, because that's right, because the abundance buff is broken and we were able to resist because of stacks. Pretty funny stuff. So here, she's going ahead and mark people. She should mark people pretty soon. We can just pop this, frame 1 cleanse it, and we're good to go. And now we've cleansed it. Now we don't have to worry about it. And we can just keep playing through. And she's not going to be able to actually hypnosis anybody. And here we have another cleanse coming through. Because, like I said, once again, this buff, or abundance, is very broken. And you can see we've been managing her stacks this whole time. And it's not a big deal. And it's basically this all the way through the rest of the fight. Phase 3 is more the exact same thing. I'm going to go ahead and let it play out. But I'm going to mute the audio and give you guys some cool music. And then that's basically it. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm going to let this play out. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
visions of the past.